Hey everybody, and welcome back to Rathlin Island. Day 3 of early winter. And we have got ourselves a load of produce. Got to take across the way uh, to our merchant and sell that off. We got to pick up some dairy products and sell those off. And we have 2 pallets of saplings over at the shop, just waiting for us to pick up. We are going to be putting some additional saplings in the ground today to make up for some of the trees that we cut down last year late in the process. Never really got around to grinding those stumps. And we also need to grind up some stumps of some new logs that we cut just the other day. And I thought instead of using that awkward planter I talked about yesterday, we're going to use the new mod from GTX Andy from LS Mod Company that allows you to plant saplings by hand. That mod is something cool indeed. I have to say that I was privileged enough to see a sneak peek of it several months ago in its early development, and it was something that was really cool. Really excited to see if Andy could figure out how to get it all to work, and it definitely does work wonderfully. And it's going to be my pleasure to show it off today and use it to plant saplings. Finally, an alternative to putting saplings in the ground, other than using that awkward tree planter. Now, this doesn't work for poplar. This only works for saplings. So it does let you literally take a walk in the forest and plant your own trees. Excited to get that. But first, we're going to earn some more money. We are up to $2.4 million. So if we're going to be able to get to $2.5 million by the end of the day. Get about 20 grand today from the BGA's operation. Put us at 2,468,000. Gonna get probably about 16,000, I think, out of this load, and we'll have to see what we get out of the dairy and the butter. To see if we're going to be able to top 2.5 million by the end of the game day. That'll be pretty. We'll get over it. Roads are narrow. Sometimes these AI drivers think they know everything. Clearly don't. Don't they know never mess with a tractor that has front loader arms and forks? So the end result of an angry fork is not a good thing. Remember, we were in here selling. This sell point is pretty cool. Not sold hay or straw over here, but you can sell hay or straw. Gotta get it back here in the corner. Just pull on in here to sell our produce. What we come over here most often for is to sell our produce. Store was open when we got here, but I think we're going to go ahead and be the neighborly bunch and close it up. Might see that I've already got the got our winch here on the back, and that is because, well, we never took our winch back to the forest area from last winter. So it's been sitting over at the cow farm all year long. Use this opportunity to go ahead and take it back the forested area where it belongs. So that's 16,000, 12,000. These greenhouses have been a very, very nice steady income. So that was about 16,000. Like I said, it's very steady, very predictable income. About $8,000 a day if you were to sell these pallets every day. Able to get about $16,000 every couple days with great regularity. Oh. A little extra length. That little extra length that the winch puts on us brought us out there. Extra wide turns. Check. Where is the milk? Should we bring over? All right. Should probably bring another load of milk. I don't want to bring too much milk over here, since we do obviously intend to end the series in 15 game days. We're down to 15 game days here on the Rathlin Island series. Exciting. Oops. Oh. Kind of exciting to be down to the wire. I don't think I've done too much of this on-camera work. Should I come over here and just pick them up without the recording? So you know what? Back up here and let's just stick them on the side. It'd be interesting if these two fields over here were mowable, and you could buy those. That'd have been interesting to be able to purchase a couple plots of land over on the mainland, as well as some plots of land on the, well, of course, on the island. Would have been pretty cool to have these two areas, the area with the horse and this area here behind it, to be able to buy those. Tell you what, 19 coming out soon. You're down to under 4 months before the release of 19. 3.5 months by the time this video airs, and really excited to see what kind of excited to see what maps from 17 that I've learned, I've had the pleasure of seeing, maybe even the pleasure of playing, what maps might find their way over to 19. Still intrigued as to what it might take to get those maps into 19, given the things that we've heard so far, mostly related to the gameplay changes, where you buy areas of fields, not fields themselves, and the ability to build out your farm and the difficulty levels of the what used to be easy now is what, first farmer, what it's called, where you basically start out with a small amount of money, and some fields are already purchased for you. Well, not fields. A farming zone is already purchased for you, and the farm is already built out, and you start with farm equipment. So that is most akin to current farm sim situation. Then you have the normal level, which they call farm manager, where you start out with no land, no farm, no equipment, but a heap load of money. And you buy your farm, build your farm up from placeables, and you buy your equipment, all with that starting money. Then you go to town. And then we have the hardcore mode, where you start with nothing. Start with a significantly less amount of cash. You really have to build up everything. Much more of a, grassroots homestead type gameplay, which is really akin to a more long-term investment of gameplay. Let's see if I sell the cheese quickly. Sometimes that trigger is a little difficult to grab. That one back up. I just kind of pull around until I see the money start to roll up real fast, and that's when I know that it's selling. Let's go over here and get to the milk. So this has been a every other game day pretty much occurrence here on Rathlin Island, is to bring the produce over and to pick up the milk and the cheese, the dairy, bring them over. Hey, I'm really looking forward to the lighting changes at 19 Brain. Still, the lighting aspects of 17 with the shadows. We don't have a sun that literally tracks across the sky, but we do have a simulated sun tracking across the sky with respect to how the shadows are cast. Looking here we're midday in winter. Sun is low. We have fairly long shadows already being cast on our equipment. The lighting, shadowing engine is pretty cool. As you rotate your things around, the shadows rotate with everything. They're all facing the right direction. As you rotate, as we turn here, shadows will still be faced in that direction, but now we have a profile attractor. Have clear, don't have a shadow where the glass is. Our guy is casting a shadow, so it's not weird that we have a shadow. We have a vampire. Our pallets. We don't have a vampire driver that doesn't cast a shadow. All those things Are cool. Let's go over here. Sapling. Still need to get over to the forested area. We need to grind up some stumps, put our saplings in the ground. Just thinking I was... There we go. Turning too late on that. Can we pick up our front weight here while we're at it? I had to reset the front weight. I had gotten it stuck during a driving accident and get it freed up, so I had to reset it quite a while ago. It's never gotten over here to pick it up. Yep. Here we are. $20 trees. I don't know if we're going to be able to... I don't know if we're going to see any sapling growth from the saplings we put in the ground last year or not. Or we're done. No, we're not going to see these. We're going to put them in the ground anyway. That's a pretty poor job of loading the trailer, but I'm just trying to load it quickly so we can get across the way and accomplish what we wanted to get accomplished. We're gonna have all kinds of things attached to this tractor here in a minute. Drop them down. Right, let's head on back. Tight yard in here. It would have been cool if the royal oak here would have bought our produce. That would have been nice to be able to sell our produce to the royal oak, as opposed to sell it to the to that ag merchant. Had a or to have had the sell point 2 options for selling produce, so we could have had a little bit of price competition. Have been pretty cool, I think. Still think this map is very, very beautiful to look at. Lovely sight lines all over the place. I mean, across the way here, across the sound, down into the ocean. Even the dead of winter still looks great. Guess wondering how many map authors jump in the game and just drive around and just look at their creation while they're building it and just think, make that better. These rocks that have grass growing on them and other green do that. Seen maps where we've got trees coming up out of a rock. You might think, well, that's kind of lame to have a tree growing up out of a rock. But that's not unheard of to find a tree or a bush or some type of plant found its way into the crevice of a rock and put up roots. And over time, that rock basically gets split by that tree, and maybe the tree drops other seeds, and other trees take root within that rock or outcropping of rocks, and they split it up, and then next thing you know, you don't have rocks, you've just got little rubble, dirt, all because of a couple little trees busting up rocks. That's pretty neat. You need how nature can work sometimes. And I'm glad, you know, these seagulls are annoying enough. And in the video from last night, I realized that when it gets dark, the seagulls stop. Oops, we forgot to put up a gate. And when the seagulls stop, it's like quiet down here. Peaceful. Almost makes you want to go in the editor and take the birds out. How peaceful it sounded. See that red mailbox? Or phone booth? And I think, oh, I don't think Doctor Who. I think I'm glad that no one's calling the phone booth. I don't hear the phone ringing. That's actually what I'm thinking. It'd be cool if we could sell to the Rathlin Hotel too. You know, they probably serve breakfast and dinner for guests. It's cool to have that as a sell point. Or maybe they only buy certain things. Maybe they only buy tomatoes. And maybe the restaurant only buys the cabbage. That would be pretty neat. And spread it around. A couple deliveries. Or what if that would be cool? What if in a this map makes it to 19? What if the hotel on this side of the island, on this side of the map, purchased the homogenized milk from the dairy? Oh, start turning. What if that happened? Basically, you took the raw milk over to the mainland, put it in the dairy operation. Then you had to bring the homogenized milk back across the sound to the island to sell it. Be another interesting aspect. Stop coming up with wise ideas. App authors have been known to watch the videos, so I better watch what I say. If I think I want to play this map in 19, I don't want to give anybody too many hard ideas. Preclude decent gameplay. Straps off. Just in case, let's take... Seen times where something wasn't held by straps, but as a result of an adjacent strap, stuck. Put our saplings over here by our toolbox. good. You just look across the way here. We can see all the way over to the mainland. See all the way across the island to the lighthouse and the radio tower up there. We're going to leave the flatbed there from now. Go ahead and run in here and get our stump grinder. Up off our winch. Our winch here. Stump back here. All right. Let's get a few stumps ground down. And we will we try to not plant our saplings all in a row there. That darn other planter is near impossible not to put things in a row. Go. Why don't we do a little... We'll have fun to do a little time lapse as we grind these down. Alright, I don't really know why we are getting these little bits hanging around here. Seems to be on a fair number of these logs. Thankfully we can be able to chainsaw and up. Just disappear. Sometimes we gotta cut them a couple times. Hit that magic spot. But there they go. Alright, now take a look at this steel. So, got this crate that we have placed down. It's in a place. It's in the placeables. Up here and hit R. Take the equipment. Hit R to put it back. Take the equipment, and now with our pallets here, sapling pallets, we left click, take 10 from the pallet, and now we can right click and we can put those 10. Take those. All right, now we got 10. Got our little sapling there. Come up here and basically choose, put it, left click, and there it is. Ground. Have 9 saplings left. There. Shovel. And we can even go as far as to turn off the little sapling marker. Let's come up here. Form it. Here. Turn the shovel off so we can kind of walk down and put something. All right. Now, if the shovel turned off, we can't plant sapling until we show the shovel again. Just think this is a cool mod. Thank GTX Andy for thinking about it, making his creation come to life, because it's pretty. Just walk around the park, plant your trees, however, where and wherever you should wish. Already used 10. Fill up our backpack with 10 more. I tell you, more people might actually plant trees now. This cool thing. I might be more prone to plant trees than to planter. And the shovel's casting a shadow. Speaking of shadows and everything. Let's go. It's back. And let's jump in the tractor and just see. There you go. It's not bad. I mean, it doesn't look, I mean, it looks kind of random, but kind of not. We didn't really huge good job of positioning them randomly and everything, but it's still pretty cool. I'll leave it here, guys, and so guys, I'm going to leave it with this. If you liked the video, please click that like button. Let me know in the comments if you've had a chance to try this sapling planter mod and planting trees or not. haven't, maybe you'll give it a twirl. Try it out. If you have tried it, have you gone over to the mod hub and given it a rating. Please, when you download mods, if you, well, you don't like them, go over and give them a rating, mod hub, because it really does help encourage modders to continue the hard work of putting this stuff out there. If people go out and rate their mods, the rating you think is fair. I'm not going to encourage anybody to give any mod any rating that you don't think is a fair rating. Particular mod. Squeeze. So until next time, guys. Happy farming.